Hello, this is Photography Gamer. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm reviewing Jusant. Jusant is a climbing adventure game developed by Don't Nod. The game sees you control a character who has to climb a large tower, reach certain checkpoints in order to sort of make the land whole again, or something like that. It doesn't really tell you, but that's the kind of gist of it. Okay, gameplay. Well, how do you play this game? Well, climbing wise, it's dealt with the left and the right trigger, each one using one of your arms. So you have to climb on these latches on the walls, all while managing your stamina and also the length of rope that you've got attached. So when you start a climb, you can attach the rope to a wall, and then as you go through that climb, you can then attach your own manual segments if you need to have a little rest, if your stamina's running low, or if you just need a moment to survey the area and work out your next route. Now as you progress, you've got a little buddy in your bag who's made of water. This friend can use a little call to nature, and that will affect the environment. So sometimes it will make these little plants grow that you can use as climbing notches. Sometimes it will generate other characters to come and assist you. So that kind of varies it. But the big variation with the game is the biomes. So the game has about 6 chapters. It's not a very long game, just so you're aware. I think it took me about 4 hours to complete it top to bottom. But within the biomes there is variations, like weather, for example. If it gets hot in one of the levels, that will affect your stamina. Your stamina will drain at a greater rate. There's also levels where there's a lot of wind resistance, and that can benefit you if you're jumping, obviously, but it can also hinder you when you're trying to hold on. Now, as you explore, you'll find all manner of little secret nooks and crannies. You don't have to get to these. You don't have to find these things. These little documents you can read. Totems of sorts. There's sort of wall hieroglyphs that you can interact with. These are just bonus extras, but they don't really make any big difference to the story. But it is quite a relentless game in that, you know, what are you doing? You're climbing. Where are you going? You're going up. So it's like you do kind of get a bit of tunnel vision playing it, but I have to say I did really enjoy the kind of puzzle aspect of it, trying to figure out the route. How do I get from here to here? Do I have to swing on my rope to that bit? Can I have a rest on that segment? And I think generally it's probably the best example of climbing in a video game. I don't think I've seen a game that dealt with climbing in such a smooth, seamless and also pleasurable way. And also I'd say it's quite unlike anything that I've ever played, because there's climbing in lots of games these days, of course there is, but a game where solely your job is to climb, I think it actually works quite well. But as I said, it is quite short, and that's probably one of the downsides, is that just as you start to really get into this game, it kind of ends. And it also felt a little like there was a couple of biomes missing. Like the ending came very sharply. Like I felt like, where's the next couple of biomes between where I was and the ending? But anyway, it's still really quite enjoyable. Visually and sound wise, like graphically, you can see what I'm talking about here. It's beautiful, really colourful, soft tones. They've really done a great job imagining the game world. It feels enormous. It really does. There's segments, especially this underground segment, that feels absolutely huge. So they've really made a beautiful visual game, very minimalistic, not a lot of on-screen interface, which helps. Very sort of Ico, Shadow of the Colossus-ish. The music is beautiful, especially in some sections late in the game where this sort of really soaring music just kicks in. Really nicely done. Okay, good and bad points. Good points, looks beautiful, sounds beautiful, very user-friendly climbing system, very addictive and engaging to play, quite cool. So yeah, lots of good points. Bad points, it's a bit too short for my liking. You know, it's really over before it starts and kind of leaves you feeling like I want more of that. But I definitely feel like there was more here to be explored, but there you go. Okay, so verdict. Jusant is a wonderful, beautiful, relaxing but also quite compelling climbing adventure game that I liked the look of, and then when I played it, I played the demo a while back. I thought, this is good. I was kind of expecting more from the full game. I was hoping it would be a larger scale of adventure, but it is, although it is short, maybe 4 or 5 hours, I enjoyed all of that time playing it, so I can't really criticise it in that respect. but I do feel like it felt like there was some things missing that could have been in there just to jazz it up a bit. So yeah, there's not a great deal of negativity around the game. There's a few little issues with the climbing apparatus getting stuck now and again, but generally, very smooth game, very nice to play. One that I would probably play again in about 6 to 12 months, but not one I would immediately jump back into. So yeah, all in all, a really nice game. I'd give it an 8.5 because I think it shows a lot of quality, shows a lot of potential, shows that there's probably more within this idea to explore that perhaps they didn't have the time or the budget for, but Jusant, for what it is, I think it's absolutely worth having a look at. It's also going to be on Game Pass, so it's an ideal game for Game Pass. A night or two, bang, enjoy. Okay, there you go. That's the review. Thank you for watching. This is PG signing off. Au revoir.